Bait your opponent with this glitchy passing route and set up the entire offense of the iForm H Pro coming up next. Hey, this is Full Game Prometheus, the only YouTuber that actually gives you full games of all the tips and schemes I post on my channel. I'll show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Alright, so guys, if you're new to my channel, you're looking for more unique play breakdowns and offensive breakdowns that make your play calling a little bit more diverse, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification icon so you can get my daily tips. Alright, so guys, we're going to break down basically the third play that we're going to break down in this formation, which is the Seattle iForm H Pro. And we're going to take a look at another base play we're going to call, which is going to be Texas. Now, in Texas, you can run this two different ways if you want to. You can run it where there's motion. You can run it without motion. Now, I do like motion because it's going to give my opponent some of the same looks and open up more plays. But let's just go ahead and run it. We'll run it both ways for you just so you can see the reads and progressions. Now, we're going to call Texas, and we're just going to go ahead and call this against cover two coverages and go from there. Alright, so go basically against cover two. I'm only going to make one adjustment as far as an audibles. I'm going to take Richardson. I'm going to put him in an out route. Now, there's two reasons why I put my outside flanker on an out route. The reason why, first and foremost, it gives me a faster progression. If my opponent's got off coverage, I can go and pop him for a quick out route, make them honest on it. Second reason I do that is because it gives me a play breakdown release of a play. What happens is that Richardson will go to the sideline and then he'll bounce off almost like a slant route, where you can pick up a good 10 or 15 yards after that. So really what we're going to do is going to look off to the right, and then we've got the crossing route, which is the angle route by the fullback, and that's going to be where the money's going to be at with this particular route. So once again, we'll do a quick little out route. Defender doesn't play it. We're just going to go jump it down there. Another thing you've got on the backside is you've got a deep out route too with Baldwin, but we're not going to go ahead and take a look at that at this time because we've got press coverage. But the mid read, that angle route is going to be the place we're really going to look at. Now, if we got off coverage, essentially what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and try to pop that out against cover two, but usually cover two is really not a good defense to run that out route with. Now, another thing we're going to do too, and this is what I'm going to probably do more when I'm playing outline, is I'm going to take Wilson. Now I'm going to go ahead and motion him over, and I might actually go ahead and fake some kind of a running animation by doing a butt tap, but once again we're going to do the same reads. And now you've got the crossing route, but he actually acts like he's doing a slant, and then we're just going to go ahead and pop him to the pop him as he comes back into the middle of the field. So this is going to force your opponent to play the middle of the field against you, and it's going to essentially go ahead and open that up for you. And if he's not playing that right, that route, it will be wide open, especially against cover two. So he's going to have to use that, and if he doesn't use her correctly, basically what's going to happen is you've got this crossing route by the tight end with the deep post will be the next area. So let's go ahead and take a look at this at cover three. Now, if your opponent's playing off coverage, you can basically go ahead and pop him to the outside with the quick out route. That's going to go ahead and force him to go into hard flats or into cloud flats, just making it a little bit more difficult for him to do that. You've also got the deep out on the backside too, which you're going to go ahead and take a look at. Now, the reason why I like to motion my guys over, especially if I've got an opponent that's running cover three against me, is that it actually gives me a fast read and I can make my progressions over a little bit easier. So this is a type of situation where I like to go ahead and set this up and I motion my guy over. So my first progression is going to be off to the left, and then I'm going to go ahead and look in the middle and then look up in the seam with the tight end, and then my final read is going to be Richardson with this read. So we're going to go ahead and look the ball and see if the defender floats in the area. If not, I've got this area with the tight end that I can go ahead and get a nice completion. So let me show you this in instant replay and what I'm actually looking at. Alright, so in instant replay, basically I'm going to go ahead and look this area first, see if the defender faults in this area. I can still probably pop that deep end route because I've got a linebacker who's really not going to make the distance to get out there. My next progression is going to be this guy right here. As you can see, this defender actually bites down on the angle route, and now I've got the deep post, which I know is going to be clear because I've got a defender that actually has to play this out. I've got this guy actually bit down on this wheel route, and then I've got the deep post that I can get a nice little completion where I'm picking up a good 20 yards right there. Now, basically, here's another thing that I do the little out route because I know what's going to happen is after play breaks down or a little time develops, he's going to go and run up the sideline or he's going to bounce into the middle of the field. So against random cover 4s, once again, what we can do is we can leave the play stock if we want to. And if a defender does not come into the area, we can just go ahead and try to attack the outsides against cover 4. Just a quick hike. Deep outs is going to be wide open against cover 4s. Or what we can do is we can go ahead and take Wilson, motion him over, try to give him that misdirection look, some of those base plays that we showed earlier. And now what's going to happen is that the post route should be wide open. You got the check downs underneath. And you got the underneath route, but usually that deep post is going to be wide open against cover 4. Now, what happens if your opponent doesn't send any pressure your way? Where are some of these routes going to happen? Well, first and foremost, you've got basically you've got that bounce and release by the backside wide receiver that's doing the quick out. He's going to be the first one that's going to release out of his route. Also on the backside, you've got the same type of animation on the backside with Baldwin. He's going to go ahead and move in the area. Now the only problem with Baldwin with the deep out is that basically he's going to fall in the area where you got other guys that are going to be coming around. So you can get yourself in some serious trouble with that. But as you can see right here, you know, it's those quick outs are really good to go ahead and throw into your scheme, or the deep outs you're going to throw into your scheme when it comes to plays breaking down. So if you got a guy who runs a lot of cover 4 show 2, and he's dropping, he's not putting in any kind of pressure, you can basically go ahead and attack him with a nice little route like that. So that's something you want to take and consider when you're going ahead and attacking your opponent with this play. So guys, if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit the like button, also subscribe button. I'll be rolling out some more tips for my Patreon members. I'm going to be showing the rest of the plays I'm going to show on the audibles, but I've already showed you the misdirection, the toss, and obviously Texas. You guys can go into my Patreon account for $1 and get access to how I'll run bench and play action scissors in conjunction with this play, and make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can go ahead and see this firsthand against live opponents. So once again, to my subscribers, thank you for your support, and until next time.